You have tuned in to WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists, and this is Big C in the Morning! This is the Friday morning show that starts your Friday morning off right and your weekend early. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be back here in the studio. Crazy things have happened recently because, I was supposed to come back December 4th, but the campus, which is I go to go in the studio and do the show, it was closed. It was closed, and I couldn't do the show, and I was really sad, and I wanted to come back, from the Thanksgiving festivities. Everything was gonna be great. I was gonna have a great show. It was gonna be amazing. It was gonna be awesome, but I couldn't do the show. It was the campus was closed. I felt sad. I wanted to return, but I didn't last week. But now I've returned as the host of Big C in the Morning, and it feels great to be back. I feel great. Sitting in the chair, it feels great. Oh man, I have missed this show. I've really missed this show. I've really missed this studio, and it's great to be back. So yeah, it's great to be back. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing really great. It's great. Speaking of great, I actually announced my return on my Facebook page. So yeah, if you're not following my Facebook page, you should. It's a very great Facebook page. I usually post updates and other stuff. So yeah, if you want to know what the Facebook page is, it's Big C. So just type it in Facebook and you'll find it. But if you can't find it, if you just type in Big C, the @ name is Colton Rice Radio. So here's my Facebook page. If you can see it, it's right here. So make sure to follow that if you want to keep update with any updates, any situations. I might not do a show, so yeah. But anyways, enough of these updates and enough of me missing the show. It is time to get down to business. It is time for our 2 topics today. We got 2 brand new topics we're going to talk about today. Also, we are going to have a fumble of the week because it's fumble of the week time because I found somebody that had a fumble. So you want to stay tuned for that, the fumble of the week. So anyways, without further ado, let's get down to business. So the first topic we're going to talk today, the big topic of the week is all about Ohio State. Normally, I usually don't talk about Ohio State that much, but I feel like this needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed right now. Because, a few weeks ago, towards the end of November, Ohio State was supposed to play Illinois, the Illinois Fighting Illini, in Champaign, Illinois, for the big old battle for the Illabuck. Now, we are the current holders of the Illabuck Trophy because it is our trophy and not their trophy because we rule the series like bosses. And unfortunately, a lot of our players got COVID and our beloved head coach, Ryan Day, got COVID. And I was distraught over this. And then they were going to go play. They were already in Champaign, and then all of a sudden, we canceled. Sorry. Canceled, no COVID. We got COVID, and it's canceled. And it was really sad. I wanted to see Ohio State win the Illabuck again. This would have been our 69th win over Illinois. 70 if you count the one in 2010, because, 2010 was when we lost all of our stuff. And I felt super, super sad. And I wanted to, just be sad. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Illinois got canceled because of our COVID cases spiking. And, COVID's been spiking a whole lot recently. I mean, we were in the purple, people, but now we're back down to red. Thankfully, hopefully, we won't go to purple again. But if we do, well, oh well. But anyways, Ohio State didn't play Illinois. They didn't go down the rankings of the college football playoff. But I think, or maybe it was like the first rankings. Wasn't the first, or maybe it was the second. I don't know. I can't remember stuff. But yeah, we didn't play Illinois. Next week we had Michigan State. And if Michigan State canceled, we wouldn't be in the Big Ten championship. But luckily, we didn't cancel it, and they didn't cancel it. So the Buckeyes go to play Michigan State without, 20 players. I think 4 or 5 of them were starters, including like almost the whole entire offensive line. Like only one starter was okay, and that was Wyatt Davis, number 52 of the Buckeyes. He was the only starter on that offensive line, that starting offensive line. And the offensive line in the game was a little, whopper jawed, but but I feel like the Buckeyes actually played really good. They played really good defense, really good offense, even without the football with 20 of your football players, your finest football players, and without your head coach. And yeah, Ryan Day was out because of COVID again, but history was also made, ladies and gentlemen. Larry Johnson, the assistant head coach, and I think he's also like the offensive line coach for the Buckeyes, he became the first ever African American head football coach at the Ohio State University, and that is amazing. That is truly amazing. And he not only became the first ever African American to coach a Ohio State football game, he became the first ever African American coach to win an Ohio State football game. And at the end of the game, they gave him a Gatorade bath, and I thought that was a well-deserved Gatorade bath. As the Buckeyes beat Michigan State 52-12, I was like, oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Seriously, when you beat Michigan State 52-12, you are obviously, playoff material. Ohio State, has some little hiccups here and there, but I feel like Ohio State is playoff material right here. Very, very good playoff material right there. So yeah, Larry Johnson gets his first win as head football coach. The Buckeyes won handsomely by 40 points, covering the 23.5-point spread. Well, the point thing where Ohio State was favored by 23.5 points. So they covered that pretty well. And yeah, also a lot of great plays. Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave getting a lot of good plays. I think that both of them got a touchdown. Haskell Garrett blocked a pass, and then he caught it in the end zone for a touchdown. That was amazing, too. Haskell Garrett has been doing great this season, guys. I would keep my eyes on him because I think someday, like probably after this season, I don't know if he's a junior or senior or whatever, but I think he will be great talent for the NFL. Any team should look at Haskell Garrett and see what he's been through. He got shot in the face through both cheeks, and he survived, and, he's playing football. He's gotten like a bunch of sacks. He's gotten already an interception for a touchdown. This kid is going to be something great. Seriously, Haskell Garrett is going to be a very great NFL football player. You just watch. You just watch, people. Because it's going to be the truth. It's going to be the truth. I'm making that statement. Haskell Garrett will do great in the NFL. Hall of Famer, maybe? We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. That is the special thing about Ohio State. Any Ohio State football player that goes to the NFL somehow might be, in the Hall of Fame. Seriously. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So, yeah. And then, yeah, we won. It's all good in the hood. Yay. Also, Trey Sermon got a touchdown. He ran like 64 yards for a touchdown, which is pretty incredible because we've been waiting for one of those plays for him to go all the way. Either Master Teague, Trey Sermon, or Steel Chambers. We want them to go all the way for a touchdown. Because honestly, that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, Buckeyes won. by 40 points against the Michigan State Spartans. 5-0 overall, 5-0 in the Big Ten. Now we're getting prepared for that team up north. Monday, the team up north says we're ready to play. Tuesday, oh sorry, we can't control our COVID thing. We're gonna cancel on you and probably not let you go to the Big Ten championship. So yeah, see ya. So yeah, that was our third cancellation. And the Big Ten states in their rules that you were supposed to play 6 games in order to make the conference championship. We've only played 5. We needed one more game for the Buckeyes to get into the Big Ten title. But here's the thing. The Big Ten had a meeting with its schools, and they voted to allow Ohio State to play for the Big Ten title against the West Division champion Northwestern, which means Ohio State already won the Big Ten East championship, and Ohio State fans rejoice, saying, "Woo! We're going for the title again. We're gonna defend our title. 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, yeah." And I was happy, because when Michigan canceled, I felt into a pit of despair, stating, my God, we're not going to defend our title. It's a very, very sad day. But surprise, we're in, and it's really nice. It's very nice, as Borat would say, very nice. So yeah, we're in the conference championship. We're going to be going against Northwestern, a rematch of the 2018 Big Ten championship. And technically kind of like a rematch of last year because we destroyed them like 52-3. But this is a different Northwestern team. I feel like Northwestern has on and off seasons because there's a season they do great, and then the season they do not so great. Then they do good, then they do not good, and then it's on and off. It's an on and off team. That's why I call Northwestern an on and off team. They do good one year, then they do not so good the next year. So yeah, that'll be a great game to watch. A rematch of the 2018 Big Ten championship. I feel like Ohio State, like whoever they play in the conference championship, is either going to be Wisconsin or Northwestern, because that's the only opponents we have played against. We're 3-0 against Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship, and 1-0 against Northwestern in the Big Ten championship. So if you combine them, we're 4-0 against Wisconsin and Northwestern, with Wisconsin being our, top opponent. So this is going to be very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very interesting. But after the Big Ten's announcement that Ohio State was the Big Ten East champions and they go into the Big Ten championship, apparently some people are not so happy, especially Indiana fans. Like, they're saying, oh, we should be going. We played more games than them. Come on, give us a chance. Here's the thing for Indiana. You lost by a touchdown to the Buckeyes. See, here's how you break down the Big Ten champions, like the Big Ten division champions. Whoever beats who is, the Big Ten champion. Like, seriously. The thing is, if there's like a tiebreaker, if Ohio State didn't play enough games or Indiana has enough games and they feel like they should be the champions, the thing is, if Ohio State beats you, you're out of the Big Ten championship race. Technically. Like, if you played more games than the team above you, and you're like, you're like above them. Like, say if there's like a 5-0 team and you're like, 7-1 and you have the most games to play, but that one loss is to the first place team, you basically lost. You lost your chance to win the Big Ten East title, like the division title. You've lost. Seriously, you It's simple. Football standings and football in general is simple. If you lose to a first place team that has 5 wins and you have that loss to that first place team, but you have 7 or more wins, or well, above 5 wins, you basically lost. You've lost your chance to win, you know, the division title. It's simple. You lose to a good team, you say, "Hey, we should have a chance." But the thing is, you lost to that good team. So therefore, if you didn't succeed in beating your opponent who's in first place, you don't go to the Big Ten championship. It's very simple. Indiana lost by a touchdown. Indiana has been pretty good. They beat Penn State. They beat that team up north, and they even beat Wisconsin. But you didn't beat Ohio State. That's the thing. Ohio State's in first place. If you don't beat the first place team, even though you play more games than them, you still don't get to go to the Big Ten championship. It's very simple football rules, and I know Indiana fans are very upset, but hey, there's always next year. As a lot of people already say, there's always next year. So yeah, Ohio State, Big Ten East champions, head to the Big Ten championship for the 4th consecutive year in a row. Their 6th appearance overall in the Big Ten title game. And they'll be looking for their 4th straight Big Ten title. And if they win 4 straight Big Ten titles, it'll be the first time since 2008 since they won 4 straight. Because that was during the Jim Tressel era, which was a pretty good era, I do say myself. So yeah, and then after the announcement of that team up north canceling on us, the college football playoff rankings came out. Alabama's number 1, Notre Dame is number 2, Clemson's number 3, and Ohio State's number 4. Basically, like the top 6 stayed the same, with Texas A&M being 5 and Florida being 6th. Now, Texas A&M is ineligible to be in the SEC title game because they lost to Florida. Or maybe they lost to Alabama. They lost to Alabama. My mistake. Oh, and someone's calling me. I don't have time to take their call. But yeah. The thing is, Texas A&M, I don't feel like they should be in the playoff. And the thing is, they lost to Alabama, even though they've won out every other game. I still don't believe that Texas A&M should be in the playoffs, because they cannot simply jump Ohio State just because they played, a small amount of games. See, the playoff committee needs to take into account every team Ohio State has played. Ohio State has played 2 ranked teams, and they won them both. They have played improved teams and won them. So, here's the thing. The conference championships are next week. If Ohio State remains at number 4 next week, and they win the Big Ten title, and Alabama wins, and either Notre Dame or Clemson wins, Ohio State's in the playoffs, no matter. But if Florida manages to upset Alabama, and it's a close one, and either Notre Dame or Clemson wins, I think Ohio State will still be in the playoff. I think they'll be the number 2 team, because Alabama would be out of the playoff. Notre Dame or Clemson would be out of the playoff. Ohio State would go up to number 2. Either Notre Dame or Clemson would be in the number 1 spot. And then Texas A&M would be in the 3 spot. And then I think either Iowa State or Cincinnati would take the 4 spot. Actually, no. Florida would take the 4 spot. Oh man, I'm getting. But you know, if Texas A&M loses their final game, that just gives leverage for Iowa State or Cincinnati to possibly be in the playoff. But I just don't see Cincinnati or Iowa State making it. I think I see Florida making it if they upset Alabama. But it all depends on, if it just all depends if they do good. If some of these teams do good. But I don't see Florida beating Alabama. Although I do see Notre Dame beating Clemson again. And the thing is, Notre Dame has a dominating defense. They have a dominating defense in the ACC. And they're playing Clemson in the ACC championship next week. The thing is, if Notre Dame were to beat Clemson, Ohio State would be avoiding Alabama in the Sugar Bowl and be playing Notre Dame in the Rose Bowl. And then it would be Alabama and Texas A&M playing in the Sugar Bowl. Now, if that happens, that'd be crazy. Because I think Texas A&M, I think they've improved a whole lot since, losing to Alabama. But if Texas A&M does not get in the playoff, I think Iowa State or Cincinnati has a great shot at making the playoff. Heck, I've been thinking my Final Four has been Alabama at number 1, Notre Dame at number 2, Ohio State at number 3, and then Cincinnati at number 4. So I'd have Alabama and Cincinnati playing in the Sugar Bowl, and then have Notre Dame and Ohio State playing in the Rose Bowl. And wouldn't it be crazy if Cincinnati somehow upset Alabama and Ohio State beat Notre Dame? We would have a Battle of Ohio for a national championship. It will be the Battle of Ohio for the national championship. Because seriously, whoever wins the national championship, if this happens, if Ohio State and Cincinnati make the national championship, one of them will be declared the best, college team from Ohio. Seriously. I feel like an Ohio State Cincinnati national championship game is in the making. We will probably experience one of the most unreal and surreal national championship games if it happens. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying if it happens. It probably won't happen, but man, wouldn't it be crazy if we had a Cincinnati versus Ohio State national championship game? And they would become the first two schools, I think, to play in a college basketball national championship and a college football national championship. But I think I'm wrong because I think that has happened. Yeah, I think it's happened. Like Florida and Ohio State, like both of them playing the football and basketball national championships, and that happened. So I think they'd be like the second. They'd be like the second, schools to, have playing against each other in a football and college basketball national championship game. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, if that happens, my money's on the Buckeyes. Because seriously, that'd be awesome. That'd really be awesome. But hey, anything can happen. It's college football. It's like March Madness except in the fall. So yeah. All right, enough about talking to Ohio State. I know you guys are tired, but I just like to speak on Ohio State. So, anyways, we're gonna take a quick break. Well, we're gonna take a music break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about Christmas movies, and I'm talking about Lifetime and Hallmark movies versus non-Lifetime and Hallmark Christmas movies. So yeah, you guys want to stick around for this one. It's gonna be a big old battle here. So yeah, this is Big C in the Morning on WUDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. And let's get some music up in here. Here is Renee Dion with 99. That's a number, a musical number, I guess. Yeah, who knows. Anyways, we'll be right back.
There's nothing I can do to be lost by you. No matter where I go, you call my name out of the 99. You'll come and find me. Always remind me what your love can do, what your love can do. What your love can do. What your love will do. What your love does do. Yeah.
What I really like most about the Hot Amiga School is that they actually will help you get to your goals and get where you need to be. And I actually like the people around there who actually help you with your goals. And you actually get to meet a lot of people along the way, a lot of good friends, a lot of good people. Shout out to A&B, shout out to all the July 3rd class, shout out to the Hot Amiga School. And what I'm planning on doing myself is actually an actor/model. So once you see me doing big things, you're gonna see me on the screen, you know, making moves, you know, making those money moves.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on WDG Underground Columbus, home on the Unsigned Artists, and this is Big C in the morning. And now it's time for our second topic of the day, and it is Hallmark movies and, Lifetime movies versus, non-Hallmark slash Lifetime Christmas movies. So, Christmas season is here, and everybody likes Christmas. And it's the 11th, which means there are only 14 days. 14 days. Right here. Booyah. 14 days. 14 days left until Christmas. And why not celebrate the holidays with, a Christmas movie? Good Christmas movies. Not those Hallmark and, Lifetime Christmas movies. Because, those movies are like, they make me want to puke. Like, seriously. Those Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies, they're just a waste of people's time. I'm sorry, but they are. Like, seriously, they are. They're just, not that good. Because I feel like every single movie is like the same. Like, it's just show this movie and then rinse, wash, repeat with, different actors. That's the thing. Hallmark and Lifetime movies are not very unique in their own way, shape, or form. Now, if you want a good Christmas movie, watch Home Alone. It's good. It's better than, those Hallmark and, Lifetime Christmas movies. Like, seriously. Home Alone is a really good movie. It's unique. It's brilliant. It's very good. And I like very good. But, some Christmas movies are not that good. And I'll get to that later, but Home Alone, beautiful Christmas movie, highly recommended. Another Christmas movie, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Many people say it's the same, but, it was the 90s, A lot of parents in the 90s were, strict about, my kid should not hear, the cussing and the swearing and all the naughty parts. So basically it was like a toned down Home Alone 2 was. But I still think it's good because it's in a different setting. It has the same, bad guys, has the same, main character. And I just feel like, it's a better, I think it's pretty good, and it's better than the first one. Besides, sometimes you have to change up the setting a little. If you keep the setting at the same, place, it's going to be an exact copy. Like, it's not going to be fully exact, but almost exactly like the first one. See, that's what you have to do in the business. You have to make business decisions. So you got to change up the setting, and besides, keep the formula the same. Don't change any of the formula. Now, there are other Home Alone movies, like Home Alone 3. I think Home Alone 3 was pretty good too. I watched an old review from Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert saying that the first two Home Alones were bad, but they were wrong. But when Home Alone 3 came out, Roger thought it was good, and Gene thought it was bad. But seriously, I kind of have to agree with Roger. It is a pretty good movie. And besides, Home Alone 3, you're not gonna have, Macaulay Culkin because he's like in his like teenage years, so you obviously have to make a family film with a little kid actor, a little child actor. So what do? You find another child actor and you give him a different name. You can't call him Kevin because, Kevin has that trademark, Macaulay Culkin look. So basically, what you do is simple. The most simple thing you can do is just get another child actor, give him a name that's not Kevin, put it in a setting, and then boom, you got a movie. And here's what the crazy thing about Home Alone 3 is. Home Alone 3 has to do with espionage, like spies and missile chips. Like, seriously. It's even told at, the end of the movie, near the end of the movie. A cop says, about the main character. We think he intercepted a missile chip stolen from a defense department, and that he's working for a North Korean terrorist organization. So, I was like, that's what the bad guys were doing. Besides, Home Alone 3 was, a little more, how do I say it, entertaining and imaginative. And this was like John Hughes' final Home Alone movie that he was going to write. Like, seriously, Home Alones 1 through 3 is like the absolute grand trilogy. Seriously. And what's shocking about Home Alone 3 is it's directed by the editor of the first two. Yeah, that's right. The person who edited the first two Home Alone movies, Raja Gosnell, directed Home Alone 3. That is the most insane thing. You work from editor to director. How does that happen? We don't know. I guess Gosnell and Hughes were best friends. And Gosnell went on to direct a little movie called, two movies based on, everybody's favorite cartoon, one of people's favorite cartoon dogs, Scooby-Doo. Which I think they were pretty good. Hey, don't judge me. But yeah, and the old director, Chris Columbus, from the first two Home Alone movies, I thought he was a great director, Chris Columbus has directed a lot of great films. Even including, Home Alones 1 and 2. And, Chris Columbus, he went to go on and direct the first two Harry Potter movies. Which, speaking of Harry Potter, if you don't count Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series, as a Christmas movie, you are very insane. Like, what would you call a Harry Potter movie in general? Would you just call it a Halloween movie? A Christmas movie? They are obviously Christmas movies, people, because ABC, they have a channel called Freeform. It used to be called ABC Family, and they play Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. I feel like the first three Harry Potter movies are like Christmas movies, and then like the last 5 are like meh. You do you, bro. Well, actually, I think you would count like Order of the Phoenix to be a Christmas movie. So half of them are like technically Christmas movies, and then half of them are not. They're just whatever. But yeah, you should include, Harry Potter to be a Christmas movie, because everybody loves Harry Potter. Everybody, unless you're not really a big old fan of Harry Potter, then that's fine. That's fine. Another good Christmas movie that I know is better than Hallmark and Lifetime movies. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Now that movie's a knee slapper. Definite knee slapper. Like, seriously, who doesn't like Chevy Chase, who plays Clark Griswold? It even has, Johnny Galecki before he, became famous on, Big Bang Theory. Which is kind of crazy. I never knew Johnny Galecki was in that movie until I watched it. I was like, Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, we got a comment from my buddy Marquise. He says, "Hey, Big C." Hey, Marquise. He says that's facts right there. Yep, facts. Definite facts. Now, Christmas Vacation is a very hilarious movie. I think it's more hilarious than the Home Alone movies because it's insane. It's really insane. Like having all the family members in there, and then just the I think it's the raccoon that um comes out of that tree. Like it's a really insane movie, but it's very interesting at the same time. Like seriously, it is. And I would definitely recommend everybody go watch that. And if you don't, then what are you doing? You're missing out on whole lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. Seriously, you guys are. Let's see what another Christmas movie is. We got another comment from my buddy Marquise. He says the Home Alone movies are funny and are classics. Agreed. They are very funny and will be always classics. Always be classics. Polar Express. Now, Polar Express, that's a pretty good movie too, because it has Tom Hanks, and ladies and gentlemen, you can't go wrong with Tom Hanks. Anything Tom Hanks is in is like a masterpiece. Seriously, Big, a masterpiece. Philadelphia, definite masterpiece. Forrest Gump, ultimate masterpiece. And even Polar Express is a masterpiece of a Christmas movie. Even though it's an animated Christmas movie, Tom Hanks still manages to make it look good. Seriously, he plays a conductor, he plays Santa Claus, I don't know what else he plays. But I think he actually, plays the father, and even as the narrator when he plays, the kid who's, grown up. So that's like 4 different people he plays. And that is very impressive. That is very impressive. And Marquis says Tom Hanks needs to be protected. Yes. Protect Tom Hanks at all costs. And, I think Tom Hanks is really cool because he actually got COVID this year and he beat it. Does that make Tom Hanks a certified god? Does it? I think it does. But yeah, Polar Express is a very great animated movie. And it's very intense. It is very intense, people. Very intense and very family friendly and very amazing. So yeah, Polar Express is good. And then you got the oldie Christmas movies, from when, your parents are, we're kids growing up. Like Frosty the Snowman, A Charlie Brown Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Those are pretty good movies, I think. I grew up watching, Frosty, Rudolph, Santa Claus is Coming to Town when I was a kid. And I thought they were good. People should start looking at old Christmas movies again. Because, a lot of people like to relive the old days. Everyone went crazy when, they brought back, stuff from, the olden times. Like the McRib, Crystal Pepsi, Surge. Just a lot of, old 70s, 80s, 90s things. And I feel like it needs to happen again with these Christmas movies. Because these are legendary movies. Seriously, they are. But some Christmas movies are not that good. For example, Home Alone's 4 and 5. Home Alone 4, which is called Home Alone Taking Back the House, does not make any sense at all. Because it has Kevin McAllister again, but it's played by a different actor. And the thing is, it's garbage. It has Marv, but it's not really, Marv. He's not played by Daniel Stern. He's played by French Stewart. Who put French Stewart in a Home Alone movie? I didn't do it. You want to know who did it? Disney did it. Because Disney, in their all right minds, thought in 2002 everyone would like Home Alone 4 because it has Kevin McAllister. And you want to know the craziest thing is? His parents are divorced. And even more crazy, he's 9. So you got a sequel prequel. Basically, it's a sequel that is a prequel to the second one. That's just chronologically making me confused. Like, seriously. So you had the first one, and then Home Alone 2, and then in the middle is Home Alone 4. I'm so sorry, but that is just utter disgracefulness to the series. Seriously. Disney, why did you do that? And then, like in 2011, they decided to come out with Home Alone 5, also known as Home Alone: The Holiday Heist. And honestly, I thought, it was okay. It was okay. It's got, Michael McDowell, Michael McDowell here, and I'm in a Home Alone movie for some reason. And, it was okay. It was about paintings and stuff and video games, I think. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched Home Alone 5. Seriously. It has been. But I believe the most terrible Christmas movie of all time, more terrible than Home Alone's 4 and 5, and more terrible than the Hallmark and Lifetime movies, is Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa. Seriously, look up the name and you watch that movie. It is so terrible. Even though there are like a lot of famous people like Mark Hamill and Nancy Cartwright, Mark Hamill being, Luke Skywalker, and Nancy Cartwright being the voice of Bart Simpson in it, it's still terrible. Even though you got a bunch of A-list celebrities on it. And even Nancy Cartwright produced this. She had a producing role as well as an acting role. Like, what was she thinking? I saw Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa, and it is garbage. The animation is terrible. The plot makes absolutely no sense, and the acting is... Oh my goodness, it is terrible. So if you want to experience Rhapsody Street Kids Believe in Santa, type it in YouTube or, any, any, video browsing website, and just watch it, and you'll know what I mean. Rhapsody Street Kids is... Oh, it's awful. It's very awful. Seriously, don't watch that movie. It's terrible. It's very terrible. Alright. Well, I hope this informed you about, Christmas movies, and hopefully I informed you that, Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies are not even that good. And, the non-Hallmark Lifetime movies are good. So hopefully that informed you. I hope. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick, well, not really quick. We're going to take another music break. But when we come back, the fumble of the week. You don't want to miss it. So this is Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. And here is a song by a rap artist named Adishola Dope. And this song is Stick and Move. So yeah, we'll be right back, and let's listen to the song.
Stick and move, 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 stick and move. Say my name, say finesse. finesse and they all do it, yeah. Finesse the plug, then I'm go, stick and move, yeah. Gotta stay down in the trap, stick and move, yeah. Cause the feds, they be watching, stick and move, yeah. Stick and moves. Stick and move, yeah. I got the tools. I got the tools, yeah. I just screwed you over, you don't know the rules, huh? Finesse the plug, he don't know what to do, huh? Gucci bitch said it, boy, is you ballin' or begging? I put that bowl in that water, then I whip it like chowder. Put that package for profit, can't get caught with narcotics. Cause the feds be watching, getting caught ain't no option. Got this gold on my neck, and I'm still counting checks. If you reach in my pocket, Morris code you get dotted. I know these niggas be plotting, stick and move be the plan. On the counts weighing grams, finesse me ain't no chance. You niggas should know by now, stick and move around, finesse the plug out of pounds, put it with the squad, break it down. I did the plug so greasy, I had to, it was easy. Stay pocket watching, gotta make the phone stop it. Stick and move, 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 stick and move. Say my niggas, say finesse and they all do it, yeah. Finesse the plug, then I'm go, stick and move, yeah. Gotta stay down in the trap, stick and move, yeah. Cause the feds, they be watching, stick and move, yeah. Stick and move, stick and move, yeah. Say finesse and they all do it, yeah. Stick and move, yeah. Finesse the plug, then I'm go, stick and move, yeah.
When did you get back from Beijing? I gotta know. Ooh, Molly, are you stuck in nostalgia like me? I wanna know.
We're back on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artists. And this is Big C in the morning. And now it's time for the fumble of the week. And this is going to that team up north because, they fumbled really badly. Because, they said they were ready to go up against us and then they got COVID. 45 players got COVID. And you said you were ready to go up against us. But the truth is you weren't. You weren't ready to go up against us because you fumbled. You fumbled so badly that you just canceled on us because you couldn't contain the COVID situation. And I feel disappointed because I really thought you were gonna make us run for our money, Michigan. Seriously, we thought you were gonna come and bring, the game to us. Seriously, this was the most anticipated game everybody's been waiting for. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, you simply just cancel on us. Like, why? You basically waved the white flag. Kirk Herbstreit was right to say about that, and he shouldn't have to apologize, because, Kirk Herbstreit, he graduated from the Ohio State University. So, I give Kirk the official thumbs up, saying good job. But apparently, you were like, oh, Kirk Herbstreit hurt our feelings. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody cares. I don't even care. I really don't care if your feelings are hurt in Michigan. Because, Ohio State and us, Ohio State and Michigan, we're rivals. We shouldn't be able to, care. Because, we almost are able to, take over the series. Because, it's 58-51. You're leading only by 7. You could choke that lead. Because you're kind of known for choking a little. Because every time that people say, "Oh, Ohio State's going to get beat by, that team up north." We're like, "No. That will not happen. That will absolutely not happen." And besides, I mean, you've tried to beat us. You failed. About 8 times. This would have been number 9, but no, you chickened out. And you've lost my utmost respect, Team Up North, so good job. Good job losing my respect. So yeah. I had a little bit of respect. A tiny little, but then, nah. In fact, I didn't have respect for you. I did not have respect for you. Because, rivalries are always, heated and stuff. So obviously, every little bit has to be exciting. So yeah. Anyways, fumble of the week. That goes to the Michigan Wolverines. Congratulations. You fumbled so hard. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time here. It is almost 11 o'clock because I know it's going to change as soon as I am getting done talking. But before we go, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my buddy Parker Williams. Yesterday was his birthday. He turned the big 22, which means he's getting old. He's getting old. Almost as old as, I don't know. But yeah, the dude's getting old. But anyways, happy birthday again, Parker Williams. Parker Williams, yes. And also, apologies to my good buddy David Clark. We ran out of time, but I'm going to try and get him on the show probably next week or whenever. But anyways, it's 11 o'clock. It's time for me to go. I got to go do stuff like video games. So, yeah, maybe I'll watch one of my Christmas movies. So, yeah. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. And for another time, this has been Big C in the Morning on WDG Underground Columbus, home of the unsigned artist. My name is Big C, and I am out of here. So yeah, I am out of here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week. Hopefully. 2 new topics. So yeah. Have a great weekend. Have a good Friday. And since the Buckeyes aren't playing this week, might as well say go Browns since, they're playing the Ravens Monday. So yeah. Anyways, go Browns. See y'all next week.